Hi, and welcome back to my channel. I have been wanting to make the ultimate video to help digital product Etsy sellers just really crush their competitors and take Etsy by storm. So I thought, what if I took all the best tips from the many bestsellers I've case studied and turned them into a speed run version for you? Some of these tips will be super quick and some will be pretty in depth. So grab a pen and paper. You are gonna need it. Okay, are you ready? Let's go. That very first strategy that I mentioned a second ago is that they have duplicated a lot of their listings. So I'm going to take a search here, and I am tired and I cannot spell at all. Okay, Dino Invitation, and that's going to bring up all of these listings here. As you can see, it keeps going. And I want to point out something. If you look closely, it says Noah is Dino 4. Oliver is 5 Asaurus. Oliver is 3 Rex. Oliver is 2 Rex. You're naturally going to gravitate towards a design that has the same age as the one the birthday child is turning. And that's just a little bit of buyer psychology that we can utilize when we are making images like this. So essentially, this seller has duplicated the same listing and uses the same design with slightly different personalization each time to capture as many potential viewers as possible. So, her first step, however, to building an Etsy store that's successful is finding that winning item. So, the first thing she had to do was build this invitation and make it appealing, make it something that people wanted to buy. So, it needed to be cute, it needed to be unique, it needed to get your attention and really add something to the Etsy space. You can see that she has opened this up and changed the aesthetic of the actual image to match the aesthetic of the invitation. So that is very, very clever because images like this that show party decor or aesthetically pleasing props can really add to the overall appeal of the product itself. And the fact that she is adjusting these images really saves her a lot of time and energy because she's able to find one great image that really pops and use it again and again in all of her listings with very little editing involved. So, very, very smart and very cool. So, let's take a quick look at their SEO for this store. If we look at their title, I want you to notice how they use vertical bars to separate all the important keyword phrases here. Now, that is super important. And I actually talked about this in a print on demand video that I just very recently did. The Etsy algorithm is going to use these bars or commas or slashes to separate phrases. So when the algorithm interprets these phrases, it will take these bars and use that to recognize that this here is a phrase. This here is a separate phrase. I love how my computer just wants to highlight everything. College planner is one phrase. Digital planner is one phrase. These are all separate phrases. And what that does is it helps the Etsy algorithm differentiate those as specific long-term keywords. So commas, bars, and slashes can really help add emphasis to those key phrases and give your SEO just a little bit of a much needed boost. We need a good appeal statement. We need something that draws buyers in and helps them realize how cool and amazing our product is and gets them excited to buy our product. And can we all just do a little happy dance together over how amazing this store has done their appeal statement? Okay, so let's read this together. It says, are you a student looking for an easy way to stay on top of all your classes, assignments, and exams? Academic success begins with staying organized. Whether you are looking to keep track of your assignments, exams, and results, or just need to stay on top of your busy schedule, our digital student planner is here to help. Student planner, academic planner, college planner, all of these things that they say in their title are repeated in their tag section. That is fantastic because it adds strength, it adds emphasis to those phrases because Etsy's algorithm sees them repeatedly here. They also have used a great balance of those types of specific tags like college planner and academic planner with some more of the broader tags like digital planner. So you want to have a balance between broad and specific words so that you can really get a good strategy overall. So essentially, this store has been able to crush their competitors and build an almost $400,000 income in less than a year. Don't reinvent the wheel. I know sometimes people have different strategies and different things can work, but it is always, 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 always going to benefit you to see what your competitors are doing, see what all of these big sellers on Etsy are doing, and keep that in mind. That takes precedence over what anybody else can tell you. If you're watching an Etsy video like mine or like any other Etsy video, there's a lot of them out there, and someone says one thing, someone gives you one strategy, but for your particular niche, you are seeing something different over and over in all of your competitors. Do what the competitors are doing. Ignore the advice of the Etsy expert or the Etsy strategist or whatever we are, Etsy content makers. It does not matter. It doesn't matter how much experience or success we have if everybody else is doing something different. Stick to what works. Do not reinvent the wheel. I try to be very realistic so you guys have a fair idea of what you can kind of start to expect over time instead of just starting out wondering why you're not getting these insane numbers that you might see on some of these other YouTube videos you might be watching and then get frustrated and quit because this is a long-term gain. You are not trying to get rich quick. You're trying to build a real, tangible, and stable source of income, right? So this is great. They are using those very specific words, right? Jumping down to their tags section here, we can see human anatomy, preschool worksheets, human body busy book. And then we've got, some variety in here. We've got homeschool resources, preschool printables, human anatomy bundle, kindergarten pre-K Montessori materials. That's an important one. Next, after this comma, they have their other variety keywords here. So Montessori materials. This is important because Montessori is a hands-on style of learning. So a lot of people are probably searching specifically for Montessori printables. And then they have practice for homeschool, pre-K, and kindergarten. So these are all different reasons somebody might buy or search for this product. So anytime you're making your titles or thinking of your tags, always do research and always try to put yourself in the role of an actual buyer and think of the words they would actually search in that search bar. You can see you will get in this pack exactly what comes shown in the photo. So that is really smart because it makes it clear for people to understand what's coming with their purchase. There's no confusion and it eliminates frustration later on when they thought maybe it included something different. It's pretty comprehensive and they have a fantastic video showing this actually being used, which is really, really cool. They have put a lot of time and intention into this store. So I did want to highlight how awesome they have done on their images, on their videos, and really building an intentionally well done store. That also helps them stand out from competitors who are perhaps doing as many products as possible, getting things out as fast as possible. Sometimes slow is better because the quality will be better. It's not a race to the finish line. So I did want to make a point to mention that briefly. Even though spreadsheets can feel like a really saturated niche, it is a very, very high demand niche, which means that there is room here for more sellers to come in and create amazing spreadsheets and dominate and just really build up powerful levels of sales. They have really created a product that sees a need and sees what people struggle with budgeting their money and tries to solve that problem. So that is really, really cool. This 50, 30, 20 monthly budget is a unique product in the spreadsheet space. Do you want to take a quick second and tell you guys about it? I have built a 5-day email series. So each day you get an email with actionable tips to grow and improve your Etsy store. So there's a link down below for that. Literally everything can be a spreadsheet. You want to find spreadsheets that are similar to yours, and you want to see what those sellers are doing. What are they offering? What does their stuff look like? What features does their spreadsheet have that seem to be really popular? And you always want your spreadsheet to be different and to offer different things. But if you're looking at 5 competitors and 4 out of the 5 have one specific feature, you probably want to include that specific feature somehow as well. Now, when you create your Etsy listing in your Etsy store for your spreadsheet that you're selling, you're going to actually upload this PDF as the digital download product in your Etsy listing. You don't need to actually figure out how to attach the spreadsheet to the listing. You just make one of these PDFs and you attach the PDF to the listing instead. Competitor research can make or break your store. If you do good competitor research, you can see strategies that are working effectively. You can see keywords that are working effectively. You can see whether items are selling well or not. And these tidbits of information that you acquire are really going to help you to build a strong strategic strategy for your own store that will push you ahead so much faster. These are fantastic images. If you want to write down these types of concepts and figure out how you can work this type of images into your own listings, regardless of your niche, these are clever ideas. So this particular image explains what you will receive. So it's always great if you're selling something that includes more than one item. So let's say you probably don't need this if you're making a t-shirt, for example, but in a situation where there's digital downloads or there's something that is like a bundle or a package or something of that nature, this is a smart idea. So this clearly shows her or shows your customer what is coming in this listing. The next one kind of showcases one of the spreadsheets that's included. The other, there's 4. So these are all the different 4. Actually, I'm not sure. Does it say there's 4 or 5? There's 5, excuse me. So this showcases all the 5 different spreadsheets. And then this one says it's for Google Sheets. So it explains that it's compatible with Mac or PC. So you're not confused when you buy this. Well, how do I use it? How come it's not working in my Microsoft Excel? Because this is for Google Sheets. So that's also important that she included this image. It does eliminate confusion for the customer. She also states that it's available in these currencies and that it can be made for any other currency, and you can just send a message and she will fix it for you. Lastly, she has this really lovely image that says, it's easy budgeting. It kind of showcases the item, and then she offers guidance and support. So if you have any questions, she is encouraging you to reach out with your questions. So she's telling you, hey, I'm here for you. If you don't know how to use it all, just reach out. So these photos, all of these photos are very intentional, very well done. She is really doing a good job of using all of those keywords and in some cases rearranging them just a little bit to really encompass a wide variety of searches. So 5 stars for this listing. She's very clearly thought every aspect of this listing out well, and she has very, very clearly done a great job. The last thing I want to mention on this product is that she has this on sale. So it's $9.95. It's currently 50% off, and the sale ends in 10 hours. So she is using a time sensitive sale to get your attention, to get you to notice that little green button there that says it's on sale, and also to add some urgency to this. It's also going to benefit her, of course, in the search results if anyone toggles that sales feature in the filter. And I do want to point out that because they are a hybrid store, because they do offer physical and digital prints, they are able to really capture a larger customer base. They've nailed both of the Etsy product niches. They can get sellers who are interested in just a digital download that they can print themselves for a more affordable price, and they can get those shoppers who are looking for a actual completed finished product that they can put in a gift bag and give to whoever they're buying a gift for. So that is really, really fantastic, and it does allow them to get more sales. There's all these different searches that you might be popping up for. But if you change this title in any way, the algorithm is going to read it differently, and it may adjust how you rank in terms of relevancy for these searches, even for minor changes. It will basically try to apply the new layout of your title to those searches, and it shakes up totally different. It could be completely different. So I do want to point that out because algorithms can be tricky. And a lot of these videos on YouTube are trying to teach you ways to hack the algorithm or outsmart the algorithm or get the most value out of your words to attract sales and pop up in searches. And all of those things are very, very important. But you do not want to make changes to things that are already working well. I do want to point out, just in case I haven't said this in a while, we don't ever want to directly copy another seller's work. We want to make it our own. We want it to be unique somehow. And if possible, we even want it to be better than what's already out there being sold on Etsy. So don't forget to make this your own somehow and really put your own unique spin on it. I have a great selection of freebies, including a cheat sheet of the best mock-up sites so you can put your digital designs on physical products for your Etsy images quickly and easily. If you notice here, this is a framed picture along a wall. You can do this with a mock-up. And if we go through their other images, you can see he's essentially using the same mockup for all of his images. Super easy, super clean. I love that. So grab that freebie. It has all my favorite mockup sites. You can get really nice, clean, crisp images like this to put your digital products on. That will really help buyers visualize that finished product and boost your sales a lot. She's showcasing the different things that come with this product, and she's showcasing what you can do with it. So you can put these images on things. You can use them to make pillows, postcards, journal papers, etc., which is a pretty clever way for her to kind of spark your creativity and be like, "Oh, I didn't realize I could put that on earrings. How clever. Okay, that's cute." That's a great idea. There is a little bit of room to play around. And if you want to kind of see when you are doing your competitor research, see what everybody who sells similar products to you is doing in their titles. That will kind of help you brainstorm some of those words so you don't miss big words like antique. This one listing here is the same as 24 of these individual listings here. So that is one way that digital sellers are able to rapidly increase their amount of listings is by selling bundles and grouping several designs together in one discounted package. It's also a great way to get that average sale price up higher so you can make more money because believe it or not, the fees are the bulk of your expenses with digital products. So this is really cool because
And I want to make sure to mention this because if you maybe have a little bit better design skills than the average person, or if you're willing to learn better design skills than the average person, let's say you're willing to sit on YouTube and watch, an hour tutorial on Photoshop once a week or twice a week and really learn these techniques that maybe everybody else doesn't have the knowledge or time to learn, I guess. You can create designs that really set you apart.
This is genius. And what this product is doing is showing you how quickly and easily they actually created all of their other listings. So they took the time and energy to create the first set of lettering with all of these different monogram letters and all of these different alphabet letters. And then they just duplicated it repeatedly with different patterns. That is super, super cool because it makes it so much faster and easier to add new inventory.
Her description doesn't have a lot of information. She is immediately directing people to her website, and she does state that all her items are $1. I think that this is probably a little bit of an opportunity lost. She should throw out some SEO there, like an appeal statement. I like to call it an appeal statement. Just some one sentence that really tells buyers, hey, you want to buy this item. Hey, this item is awesome. And it's also a good opportunity to throw those keywords in there and capture more of that SEO. If she was to take a little bit of time, she could use something like 𝑭𝒐𝒓 maybe. 𝑭𝒐𝒓 is a bulk updater service for Etsy, and it does cost money. It's been a few years since I've used it, so I'm not sure what the current pricing is, but she would be able to update these listings very, very quickly and capitalize on those couple of SEO opportunities that she's missing out on to get a few more eyes on her products. So you could take the time to create these games and then update the themes so that you have different themes, or for that matter, these invitations work the same way. You create the designs and you lay them out one time, and then as you change the theme, you can make minor adjustments to the layout or whatever so that it all looks nice and it looks beautiful, but you're not necessarily designing these from scratch every single time. So that does really, really speed things up. Going to the next image, she has all of these different games. Remember, this is a set of 100 games. She has a bunch of them laid out here, so you really can see kind of the magnitude of what you're buying. And if we make this a little bit bigger, you can really see some detail. You can't quite see what all of these might be, but if you really scroll and take the time to look at these, you can see them a little bit better. The point of this image here, in my opinion, is probably just so people say, wow, that's a lot of games. This product comes with a lot. She is letting you try before you buy. So this is basically a sample.
Oh, that was a lot of tips, but I have even more. To see the full video for each of these case studies, check out this digital products playlist. There's way more tips than what I could fit into this video today. So like and subscribe, refill that coffee cup, and meet me there.